So the third season of Vampire Diaries
Yes.
is released on DVD in August.
Yes.
When you signed up, did you think the show would enjoy the huge success that it has?
It's hard to predict anything. Nobody's a fortune teller, but I definitely felt it had the right ingredients to create something that was quite successful. Kevin Williamson has a good track record. And then, obviously, undeniably, Twilight was doing so well, and I think that the show was created as a result of the success of Twilight. And the thing that I was apprehensive about was sustainability. Audiences aren't really going to come back unless, the material is there and the quality is there, and then somehow we've managed to maintain sustainability and people just keep coming back.
And season 3 sees a much darker side to Stefan.
Yes.
Did you enjoy embracing that sort of evilness?
Much welcome to dark side.
Yeah.
I was so happy and relieved and thrilled to have the opportunity to have some fun, and that I get to sort of dabble in a little bit of malicious vampire-esque behavior, because I was very jealous of Ian because he got to get he got to be the bad boy, and I thought, oh, come on, let me get a little taste of that. And sure enough, the writers created that for me, which was so nice, because it was an opportunity for me as an actor to try something new,
Yeah.
And I just nobody wants to do the same thing over and over again,
What can viewers expect from the fourth season in terms of the love triangle and Stefan and Damon's relationship?
I hope that Stefan and Damon I actually hope that they go off the deep end in terms of going back to sort of being potentially threatening to not only Elena but to Mystic Falls. I want them to become more dangerous instead of just sort of these sort of standardized townsfolk that just exist, and I really like the idea of this simple sleepy town where these two brothers show up and just sort of wreak havoc, and I kind of really want to go back to the basic principles of that.
Yeah. And how do you and Ian get on in real life?
We were just together yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I punched him in the face. I hate him. He's a very good buddy, and we have a great time, and we've basically traveled the world together, and we've definitely grown a good bond. In fact, we had just yesterday, 2 nights ago, we were in Birmingham, and we just sat down like two old men and got these cigars out and sat there and drank a cognac each and talked for like 3 hours about what we're going to do in the next 5 years, 10 years, and it was a very nice brotherly bonding moment. The fans of Vampire Diaries would have appreciated it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I love that. And who would win in a fight, Stefan or Edward Cullen?
I don't know. What is Edward Cullen capable of? Because I don't know. I've never seen
He can read minds.
Well, I can read minds.
He can... He sparkles in the sunlight.
But that's not... Is that a defense mechanism?
No, not really.
So if I'm coming after him, can he sparkle?
Yeah, exactly.
If that's a defense mechanism, then he's got me there.
So we've got some questions from our readers on Twitter.
Okay.
For you.
Wonderful.
So Fernanda Angara wants to know if you like One Direction.
What is that?
The band. They're a British band.
I've never heard of them.
So that'll be a no-no.
So there we go. I not dislike nor like the One Direction because I've never even heard of them. No offense, although I'm sure they're massively popular everywhere. It's funny. I was at the Glamour UK Awards, and it was all these like funny sort of British people presenting.
Yeah.
And I was presenting, and it was like all the British humor just went. Like I looked at my wife and I was like, am I just like really dense, or am I just not understanding? Not only do I not understand a word that is being said, but I actually don't understand these jokes. I watched a late night comedy show last night, like a David Letterman, Jay Leno, and I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Which one was it?
I don't know. It was some guy who could barely understand his.
Was it Graham Norton?
No, it wasn't him, because he was the guy who was hosting the Glamour UK.
Yeah.
He was actually quite funny. I actually thought he was pretty hilarious. But no, I don't know. Some guy. I don't know. But it was, I just... I gotta get in with the British
Yeah.
social.
Spend a bit more time in Britain.
Yeah, I gotta live here for a little bit so it doesn't go over my head.
And Harleen Mundi wants to know, if there was going to be a film about you, who would you like to play you?
Wow. Daniel Day-Lewis, Gary Oldman. No, Jesus, I don't know if there would be a film about me quite yet because I haven't quite done enough to constitute a film. It would be maybe it would be a mockumentary, and Christopher Guest from all the Christopher Guest films, like Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show. Maybe he could play me and get a big coiffed wig going.
Yeah. So Jamie Jenner says, Ian's been tipped for the role in 50 Shades of Grey. Would you ever consider playing Christian Grey?
I'll be honest with you, somebody's asked me that. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know anything about 50 Shades of Grey.
I don't think a lot of people do it, but they're linking like everyone to the film, basically.
They're linking everyone to it?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
Got a lot of sex in it, basically.
Sounds great. I'm in.
Yeah.
Can I start petitioning myself to do a sex film?
And Madeline Ritter says, what's it like to work with your wife on set?
Wonderful. First couple seasons were hard because it's a long distance relationship. So geographically speaking, it's definitely been a very fortunate thing.
Yeah.
No.
So Heba says, who do you want to end up with, Elena?
I don't want anyone to end up with Elena. I think it'd be far more interesting and profound if Elena basically said goodbye to the two brothers and they vanished into thin air. And then maybe got a nice boyfriend, like Matt Donovan.
Someone who's not a vampire.
The human, yeah. The only human on the cast. Everyone in this town is supernatural.
Yeah.
It's interesting how that works. There's 9 people in the senior class, and 8 of them are goblins.
And no one seems to realise that people just keep dying.
And everyone keeps dying, and nobody seems to give a crap. Just like 15 deaths per day in Mystic Falls, the highest in the nation.
Yeah. The FBI hasn't been called in to find out what's going on.
Yeah.
So Mia Rick says, how will Elena becoming a vampire affect Stefan and Damon's relationship?
I mean, hopefully she'll become less sort of the innocent sort of woman that we're all protecting and harvesting, and we're all like, no, don't hurt Elena. Now she's a vampire. It's going to be interesting to see how the two brothers fall out of love with her, or if they both commit to being with her even in these circumstances. She's no longer this innocent, fruit that these two, old vicious, men are after. I think she's sort of on our level now, so it's going to change everything.
Change the whole dynamic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it would definitely be interesting.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.